in 3 minutes. You need more? Then you will tell me. The topic is foreign military intervention, a problem or a solution? I will start by asking you, is it a solution or a problem? What do you think? Those who think it's a solution, give me your hands. Is it a solution? Military intervention. No. Foreign military intervention in Africa. Is it a solution? Give me your hands. No. Nobody. Therefore, it is a problem. I have answered your question, which you asked me to research. And being a Democrat, it's the people who have answered that it is a problem rather than a solution. I can list a lot of military interventions in Africa, right from the period ancient as before even slave trade. Africa was conquered. They needed manpower to fight their wars in Burma and elsewhere. Later on, they took our slaves by force. That was military at work. If that is an intervention, then we don't need such intervention. Actually, the topic should have been, is it an interference or an intervention? Me, I think it is interference. The next time we saw interference was in South Africa, in Transvaal, when the Boers invaded South Africa to resolve a crisis, and apartheid was born. I will jump many interventions because I have the 3 minutes as I promised, and go to the current ones, which are still fresh in our minds. The one that took our beloved son, to whom the Third Congress is dedicated, Patrice Lumumba. We have seen it on the video. We have discussed it with people who I'm following. I will not repeat what happened, but we have all seen the effects of that intervention, and we are still suffering from the intervention, rather the interference. When you leave that one and you go back to Congo, the All-African War, 1998, up to now, 4 million people have died because of that intervention, purportedly to overthrow a dictatorship. Hundreds of thousands of women have been raped. We have 100,000 troops, United Nations troops. All this is happening in their eyes. And they tell us that is an intervention. So, but we can also talk about intervention of our own. I have seen an intervention in Liberia, managed by African people, the ECOMOG. Liberia is getting more free and more stable because of that intervention. We don't need foreign intervention, perhaps. We need our own intervention. But how do we get our own intervention if we are not going to implement the dream, the African revolution of independence that we take from Kwame Nkrumah? Why are we wasting time repeating their speeches, repeating their demands? I'm only joining my sister Afio that instead of agonizing, we must organize. And I would like that this conference, at the end of it, will give us resolutions that are workable in the following areas. How are we organizing a movement towards fulfilling what our comrades, what our brothers died for, so that they don't die in vain? And every other year, we come here to commemorate. So that is why I said I'm not going to make speeches. We have had speeches. We want to start organizing, as our sister requested. And I would rather not take much more of your time, but expect to interact in the discussion group with you on how are we going to organize something that we can compare notes about towards independence. Because without independence, we cannot defend ourselves. Without independence, we cannot run our own economy. Without independence, we are prone and open to all the protagonists, to all the hyenas, to everybody that we want to walk into Africa, because Africa is strategically positioned. That is one big problem between the East and the West. I would have given a lot of information about this, but we don't have time. We need to start organizing. It's the the geographical position of Africa that is problem number one. Others think it is just the minerals. They were looking for uranium in the Congo when they discovered they also have gold, uranium to fight their war. And they have strong people who can fight as well. That's another problem. Our riches are the curses. The geographical position, our riches, but above all, our failure to unite against a common enemy. Our failure to organize ourselves made all these people take that chance to come, plundering, slave trade, colonialism, all these terms you hear about could not have happened if we were organized, because they were also civilizations like us, but they were a bit more organized. That is what we should start doing, and I thank the organizers for gathering us here, giving me this opportunity. Let me reserve more time for what can we do to realize the dream that is now in our hands, and we may not be the ones to realize it, but put it in the hands of our children so that our comrades do not die in vain, and we too are here. Soon, one of us or two will be killed. We will also die in vain. We will perish in isolation. Let's stick together. We shall win. Thank you very much.